Did you see this? What's this? Secretary of Defense tweeting. Sounds good. This is about Doge uncovering wasteful spending. Didn't they just announce big day for Doge?
Well, thanks to your fantastic leadership, this amazing cabinet, and the very talented Doge team, I'm excited to announce that we anticipate savings in FY26 from reduction of waste and fraud by $150 billion. And
wow, 150 billion. Wasn't it originally 2 trillion? Then you cut it down to 1 trillion and now it's 150 billion. And isn't the whole project of Doge supposed to end in FY26? Didn't you say no matter what you would resign by June 26? That's crazy. And we're doing tax cuts. And we're doing tax cuts and increasing military spending. And we've already spent more this year than by the same time last year. So we're already on an accelerated deficit pace. Dude, have you seen how much the dollar is falling relative to the Swiss franc? Probably not, because who cares? But dude, look at the plummet. Look at the plummet, dude. Everyone is piling in safety, and safety is no longer us. I can't tell you enough how there was a time when the world had economic uncertainty, they would pile into the dollar, into our US debt, even into our stock market. And now, when the world has uncertainty, they are fleeing America. This is bad. I mean, the piping of our financial system is getting piped by Orange Man. It's not good. Things are breaking that are hard to put back. Why Swiss? Switzerland is like the ultimate safe haven for money. As I mentioned before, the Swiss bonds are now negative yielding, which means you have to pay them to let them borrow your money. You are loaning them money and paying them for the privilege because they have extreme resiliency. They've always paid their debts. They have no extreme debt. Their government has a balanced budget. They have no war. Switzerland is neutral with everybody. How is that profitable for Frito-Lay? That's one of my favorite scenes ever. What's the guy's name? Jesse Plemons? Have you guys seen how could that be possible? How could that be profitable for Frito-Lay? Game night. That's probably the best scene of the movie's fine. It's like not even that good, but that scene's hilarious. Yeah, 200 years no war, Switzerland. Our Swiss bonds SSS. They're above AAA. I think they're the best, safest, most reliable bond in the world right now. German bonds are not SS. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to do with the SS pun. I get that. No, German bonds are not SS. German bonds are, I think, the safest in Europe. I could be wrong. Outside of Switzerland, I mean. But of the big Eurozone countries, I can check. 10-year bond yields by country. Let's see who's the safest. Switzerland, obviously the lowest. It's now positive, not negative, but Japan, this doesn't count. Japan's a little tricky little minx. Because Japan, their yields are low because no one in the world buys them. They just buy their own. They print money and buy their own. So nobody actually thinks Japan's yields are this low or will buy them. They just buy their own. So Germany, though, because of their relatively low debt compared to everyone else and stability, has the third lowest, which is why they're gearing up for the largest borrowing package in European history. They've hated not borrowing money for so long, they have to do it. Now, they do in some ways have to do it because their infrastructure is crumbling, but it's so annoying. You know what's funny is like, okay, this is a thought I've always had, and I want to drill into it more. Sometimes countries will say, we got to balance our budget, and they'll do it through often what is called austerity, which has a terrible, dirty reputation because what they cut is things for regular people. They cut like health services, and everyone's like, fuck austerity. Like, yeah, and of course. But it's weird that like in the UK, when they do austerity, like health services get cut, but like all the programs that benefit the very rich don't get cut. Like, I think the UK has the money to run a balanced budget with normal services. The idea that running a balanced budget is in itself austerity is weird because for decades, countries did it and they had better performing services. It's like totally possible that if we collect tax money from everybody, we can afford to make roads, make bridges, fund schools, and fund health services. Like everyone's paying taxes, we distribute that for things we want. It should be possible, but somehow it doesn't add up. Somehow we don't have balanced budgets and the things we have to cut are things people rely on. So it's frustrating to me that the idea of just having a balanced budget is like, oh, that's austerity. That's crazy. It's like, well, we did it before and everyone had services they liked. The money is getting siphoned somewhere. Your take on UK austerity is interesting. The UK government used to own most of its assets, but are sold off with assets that are more expensive and many large costs like consumer loans. No, but I'm not even talking about assets, bro. What I'm saying is, if you did a budget breakdown of the UK, how much they raise in taxes and how much they spend, where is that money going specifically that led to the cuts for the most vulnerable? Like, where are we certain, quite certain, that there are not large amounts of the budget going to things that don't help regular people, but that's not getting cut, while things that do help regular people are getting cut? That is my situation. I get and by the way, you know, there were obviously years in the UK when they funded the NHS and they funded all these things with tax money with a balanced budget or a minor deficit. And now they have massive blowout deficits and they're doing austerity and they can't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's of course causing trouble, you know, it's causing frustration for regular people. Someone had a great take on this. I was listening to a podcast or something, probably Lemonade Stand because it's the best podcast, and they were like, sometimes with tax services, it's like Equinox. You go to an Equinox gym and it's like, okay, this shit's fucking expensive, but you feel it. So you walk around an Equinox gym and you're like, I know where my money is going. So maybe I don't like the high prices, but like if I pay, people that pay them generally seem to like that because they look around and they see, you know, all the machines are clean. Everything's open. There's a nice sauna. There's towels. It's nice. Okay? There's countries where you're paying Equinox prices for your taxes, like the UK, but you're getting like 24-hour fitness service. And like for the average citizen, they're like, there's a disconnect. They're like, what the? Yeah, Sweden. Sweden is Equinox. Sweden and the Nordic countries, you're like walking around, you're like, I'm paying high taxes, but I feel where the money's going. I feel like my services are high quality. I have trust in my judicial system and my roads and I'm not saying that's the only way. The other way is like the low taxes, 24-hour fitness, figure it out. Either way, right? At least there's an argument one way or the other. But what we have in many places are like for middle class burdens, high tax rates for them. It's low on the rich, but high on the middle class. And they're not seeing the benefits. They're not seeing like infrastructure get repaired. They're not seeing, you know, well-funded schools. They're not seeing. So I think that's what's causing a lot of the unrest and what the pushback. Do you think it's possible to do it at the national level? At the state level, it seems much more possible. Yeah, I think it's possible at the national level. Again, it's in living memory. Joe Biden was 30 when we did this. reasonably, we had a balanced budget in this country and services that had like higher trust rates. We built infrastructure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, I'm not saying it like it's never been done in human history, but I don't think it starts by raising our military budget this year by 150 billion while cutting taxes. That's my crazy take. That's my wild take. Is MSTR gonna have to liquidate Bitcoin this year? Dude, I do believe that MicroStrategy, if Bitcoin keeps dropping, which it has been, may have to liquidate, but it's tough to say, right? He has a lot of different schemes. He's a very scheming guy, that Michael Saylor, and he's found ways to delay and obfuscate and make the fact that he owns a business that does nothing but lose money and buy Bitcoin. Hey, Shark, do you think it's worth getting into gold for the first time with the uncertainty of the market turning? I can't tell you that, man. I can't make that choice for you. What I'll say about gold is historically, it's not a great way to grow your wealth. Like if you're trying to like grow it, gold's a good way to protect your wealth. It's not really a great way to grow it. It's not really gonna get more purchasing power. Also, what I would say is when you're 18, you can hear a lot of different advice, but the most important investment you can make is in yourself. If there's like one class you want to take or book you're interested in buying or guitar you want to learn or you want to get a gym membership or any of that is going to be more worth your money than trying to put it into a crypto token or a stock or gold. 100%. Any extra money you have, I think when you're that young, you should just invest in yourself and like, or it could be something as simple as like, hey, I'm not sleeping very well. What if I get a nicer pillow? Or that stuff is going to pay way more dividends on your life than you trying to find the right stock. I believe that. It's not the number one common advice, but that is what I'll tell you. Or you could travel, or you could whatever. I mean, I'm more of the opinion that that's gonna get you a lot farther than. Now, I don't know if buying a Switch 2 is investing in yourself, as some people are saying, but it's fun. You'll have a good time. Life's not all about making the grinder choice. You ever still ride on a skateboard? I've been skateboarding a lot recently. It's been awesome. Bro, I'm 33. I touch a skateboard and my knee will explode. No, I haven't been on a skateboard since I was like 27. probably the last time I do it. That's fun. And even by then, I was only longboarding. I'm not saying you couldn't do it with practice, but what's the risk I'm taking, you know?